Squarespace has definitely got a lot of slack over the years for being bad for SEO. And to be honest, there is a lot of myths about Squarespace SEO on the internet. So in this video, what I'm going to do is break down the 7 most prominent Squarespace SEO myths that I see. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you the myth and then I'm going to debunk it in a jargon-free way. So if you want to understand about Squarespace SEO, if you want to learn what the myths are, and if you ultimately want to learn how to get results from Squarespace SEO, this video is for you. First of all, getting straight into it with myth number 7, that Squarespace is flat out bad for SEO. And you can see here, I've got a screenshot from a website on the internet saying that if you want to win a battle of SEO and rank your website higher than your competitors, having Wix or Squarespace is like bringing a knife to a gunfight. You're bound to lose. So people just say flat out that Squarespace is bad for SEO. And the theme of this video, as I already mentioned, I'm going to show you the myth, I'm going to debunk it, and just getting straight into it. The CMS or website builder that you use is not a ranking factor. This pie chart here basically shows Google's weighted ranking factors. So essentially the most important things when it comes to ranking your website higher up on Google. And you can see that your website builder, what you actually choose to build your website on, is not a ranking factor. It's not on this list. So essentially, whether you use Squarespace, WordPress, Wix, it does not matter. SEO is platform independent, and what really matters is what you put into SEO. So Squarespace being bad for SEO just isn't true, because the website builder you use is not a ranking factor. It's not something that Google looks at. But now I've covered that, we'll now get into myth 2. So Squarespace sites don't rank on Google, and again, you can see it's a screenshot from a website, and it says Squarespace sites are not well indexed by search engines, making it difficult for them to rank well in organic search results. And again, this just isn't true. No matter what website builder you use, you actually have to make sure you connect your website to Google Search Console. Google Search Console is just Google's native platform that shows you how you're ranking on Google, and it's also how you tell Google that you're ready to be displayed on search engines. And all you need to do on Squarespace is go to settings, third-party tools, connect account, and then Search Console. So here, press Search Console, and this is where you connect your Squarespace website to Search Console. And if you don't do this on any website, you're not going to rank. So it doesn't matter whether you're on Squarespace or anything. This is busted. Squarespace sites do rank well, and no matter what website builder you use, you need to go through these steps and connect to Search Console. But now moving on to myth number 3, that Squarespace is too limited for SEO. Now here's a couple of posts that I found on Reddit. This one saying that Wix, Shopify, Squarespace, they all limit your options, and limited options means you can't do the things that you might want to do to improve your performance. This is another one that said any hoster or website builder that does not let you have complete control over your site is an SEO nightmare. Sites like Squarespace, bingo apparently. So in general, there's a lot of people that say across the internet that Squarespace is too limited for SEO. I'm just going to explain where that comes from. About 50% of the internet is built on WordPress. WordPress has its plugin marketplace. And because WordPress is basically, it's an open source platform, it's very easy in order to change the code on WordPress. So when you install a WordPress plugin like Yoast SEO, for example, it's going to edit the code because WordPress is a more flexible open platform. Squarespace isn't like this. They do have a sort of, it's an extension marketplace. However, these tools don't let you edit the code on Squarespace like plugins do with WordPress. So when people say that Squarespace is too limited, it generally comes from the fact that most of the website is on WordPress, and WordPress is completely open, so it's very easy to customize. Squarespace isn't like this. It's sort of like when you compare the Android App Store to the Apple App Store. The Apple App Store is a lot more restricted, which naturally comes with positives, as I'm going to touch upon in a second. But as you can see, this is why most people say it. You can't add loads of plugins in Squarespace. You can't edit the backend code. You can't edit your sitemap, etc. And for me, I personally believe that this myth is completely busted. Yes, Squarespace has some things that you can't do when it comes to SEO, but in my opinion, the flexibility that other website builders offer you is not worth having because it ultimately leads to a less reliable, secure platform. For example, there's countless stories of WordPress websites being hacked because of plugins, because of the flexibility that WordPress has. It leads to vulnerabilities, but Squarespace's limitations actually lead to a more secure, reliable, and usually lower cost platform. And in my experience, being the leading person in the world when it comes to Squarespace SEO, I found that 95% of people don't even need the customization that Squarespace doesn't allow. So myth 3, completely busted. And then just moving on to myth 4, that WordPress is better for SEO than Squarespace. You'll see this all across the internet. I've spoken to a ton of different designers and website owners that have previously said WordPress is better than Squarespace, or they've picked WordPress because they believe that it's better for SEO than Squarespace. And as you can see here, this person is saying that WordPress vastly outperforms any site built from Squarespace. And here I'm just going to refer back to the pie chart that I showed you earlier. And as you can see, the website builder that you choose is not a ranking factor. So do not worry, there's no real one platform that's better for SEO than the other. In fact, in my opinion, the best website builder for SEO is the one that you prefer to do your SEO on. So if you prefer Squarespace, if you preferred WordPress, Webflow, whatever it is, that is the best platform for SEO because it's a platform that you prefer to do it on. So there's no website builder that's better than Squarespace. They're all equal because, as you can see, it's not a ranking factor. It's what you do on the website builder that makes a difference. Then moving on to myth 5, that Squarespace's page speed is a potential deal breaker. I'm kind of going to be honest, if you put any Squarespace website through Google's page speed insights, it is probably going to get roasted when it comes to page score. As you can see here, this is someone that was really worried about core web vitals on Squarespace, and you'll see a ton of different articles across the internet saying that Squarespace's page loading speed is really bad, it's going to hold you back, and to not pick the platform because of it. However, again, we're going to bust that myth because page speed and core web vitals is just one of many ranking factors. And actually, when you see, it only makes up 3% of Google's weighted ranking factors. So it's just one part of the pie, but also it's a very small part of the pie. So it definitely isn't a deal breaker. Yes, Squarespace has room to improve, but no matter what the website builder, even if it has a better page speed, if you ignore the other 97% of the pie, you're not going to get results. So do not think that page speed is going to be the thing that holds you back. And in fact, Squarespace's product team is intentionally working on this. Between 2023 and 2024, Squarespace actually had the biggest and fastest improvement in core web vitals. This was a study by Search Engine Journal. I'll link it in the description. But actually, even though Squarespace has a lot of work to do, it's actually improving more and faster than any other website builder. So again, if you prefer your website to be on Squarespace, do not think that page speed is going to hold you back, because Squarespace is improving massively here, and also it's just one small ranking factor. Moving on to myth 6, there's no SEO plugin for Squarespace, or there's no Yoast for Squarespace. As you can see here, this website was saying there's no Yoast for Squarespace. That actually isn't true. I'm actually the founder of SEO Space. We made the SEO plugin for Squarespace. It's used by over 4,000 Squarespace users at the time of recording this video. So if you want a Yoast for Squarespace or a dynamic checklist which tells you step by step how to rank higher with your Squarespace website, then SEO Space is the place to go. Of course, I am biased, but you can try it on a 7-day free trial if you want to see for yourself. So do not think that WordPress is better than Squarespace because it has Yoast, because now there is a Yoast for Squarespace and it is SEO Space. And now moving on to the 7th myth when it comes to Squarespace SEO. This one's a little bit more general, but I just wanted to touch upon it. I see a lot of people say and actually believe that you can't get results when it comes to Squarespace SEO. And I can tell you firsthand, SEO is actually the main form of lead generation. When it comes to my business, built a travel blog on Squarespace, which now gets up to 15,000 visitors every single month. And I personally help thousands of people every single month get better results when it comes to Squarespace SEO. So if you take anything away from this video, please remember that you should not trust everything that you read on the internet. It is possible to get results when it comes to Squarespace SEO. And if you want to learn more, feel free to subscribe to this YouTube channel where I share exactly how to get Squarespace SEO results, including my 5-step process to get on page 1 of Google with Squarespace. But in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this video, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.